Nicky Devlin, Ayr United club captain, and you're watching Quill 18.
Hey folks, Quill 18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Football Manager 2017. It is our second season as Ayr United Football Club, and we have an incredibly important and critical match today. I mean, it's too early in the season to, in a sense, call any match critical, but we're playing against Kilmarnock, our fierce local rivals. Kilmarnock's a town that's about, I don't know, about 15 miles away from Ayr, and as such, it is very personal when we play together. Now, Kilmarnock has actually just been relegated out of the Premier League, which means they are probably quite a bit of a stronger team than we are. If we do a comparison over here, and we take a look at, for an example, player wages is pretty much the same. Player value, okay, clearly we were overpaying our players. Their player value is more than double ours, despite our similar wages. So likely they have a slightly better pool of players, and they did just drop down from a better league. But it's a home game. Hopefully we can put on a good show. I'm really hoping we do, because so far, I mean, this is only our second game in the championship. We did an away game against Queen of the South where we lost 0-2, which is not a very good performance. Here we're playing against Kilmarnock. Next home game is going to be against the Hibs, who we know are a very strong team, who gave us a lot of trouble last year as well. And it would be very unfortunate if we lost 2 home games in a row, and in particular, if for some reason we have problems against St. Mirren over here, then we are definitely going to start this this year's season off very, very badly. Although we are doing well in the Betfred Cup over here, but you know, the championship is really what we're probably the most concerned about. As such, we're going to go ahead with this tactic. So I've been thinking it, especially with the Pontiff. Tom Pope over here, out of commission, one of our 2 strikers here. He's going to be out for 6 to 9 days, so he's going to miss at least a couple of games still, which is kind of unfortunate. So with one of our strikers out, do we still play a dual striker comp? And I think the answer is yes, actually. I think I'm quite happy with this. I think it's fine. We're going to be playing this 4-4-2 diamond. I mean, is it a 4-4-2? It's almost like a 4-2-4 or something like that, or maybe a 4-2-2-2. And, you know, there might be some openings and vulnerabilities in the midfield over here, but I think we're going to be okay. The things I'm going to do is I'm going to swap out Tony Ralston. We've got a bit of a situation with him, a slight concern. Some of our moods aren't matching. And I'm going to put our captain, Nicky Devlin, in here. Nicky, do I put you on support? You're not really that comfortable in that role. I'm just wondering if you should just be defensive fullback. I mean, he's really going to be quite defendy, and maybe not participate as much in the midfield, but I think that's okay, because, I mean, if Nicky can get the ball up to Daryl Fortis, I think we'll be okay. Daryl Fortis still doesn't quite have the full match sharpness, but I think it's going to be okay to start him off. Other than that, so ignoring Daryl's stats, because there's not a whole lot of exposure there, Craig McGuffey hasn't been performing like super strong in the last 5 games, but I'm still kind of okay with that. So I think that's what we're going to go for. Work ball into box, whipped crosses. One of the things is there's still going to be a fair number of long-range shots from Gary Fraser over here, because he's got the shoots from distance and shoot for power. Now, we did give him the instruction last time to shoot less often, but I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to get rid of that, actually. If we've got work ball into box, depending, we'll have to play it by ear. Maybe we'll give him some instructions mid-game, but my hope is what it's going to do is it's going to make it harder for the opposition team to really counter everything that we're doing. Obviously, a lot of the threat's going to come from our dual strikers up here, but if we've got this box-to-box midfielder who likes to roam around and likes to fire a lot of shots at a certain distance, then it's going to make it a lot, there's just a lot more threats to be concerned with. So we're going to do that. I'm going to go counter mentality because Kilmarnock is a little bit scared. It's home game. Maybe we should just go standard. I'm going to start in counter, and if things end up being too passive, we can bring it up to standard. And who knows? Maybe we'll even end up moving to control. Probably not quite that much. So we're going with this. I was thinking about going with the 4-2-3-1 wide over here, which would mostly be having Ryan Stevenson play his ungaunch role, which we did promise him. But the thing is, with that, I'm really getting the sense that he doesn't tend to have enough targets to pass to, right? The ungaunch's real playmaker role. People like to pass to him, and then he likes to set up something else that's going to happen, because the position is like, he doesn't move around much, doesn't dribble much with the ball, that sort of thing. I think it'll work better if we decide to play like a 4-3-1-2 narrow, so it's going to be him as an ungaunch. And then 2 strikers up front, but it doesn't make very good use of, we've got some pretty high quality wingers at this point, I feel like, so I think we're going to play with this. It's a slightly more aggressive 4-4-2, But if we pair that with something like the counter mentality, it might balance out to something that we're quite happy with. So we'll see how that goes. Again, a lot of these newer players aren't fully familiar with our tactic, which is a little unfortunate. And again, Daryl missing some match sharpness here. But I think we're just going to go for this. So Alan Forrest is going to be a sub. Ryan Stevenson's still going to be in there as a sub. He can play the midfielder positions, which is okay. Or if for some reason we get a striker knocked out, we can always pull one of the strikers back here and then sub him out with Ryan Stevenson for an attacking midfielder. That being said, it's worth noting that Fortis over here is quite comfortable playing as a striker. McGuffey is comfortable playing as a winger. We've got some flexibility in roles up here, which makes me feel pretty happy. So I think that's what we're going to go with over here. Against our local rivals, Kilmarnock. It wouldn't surprise me if we had to do a few, maybe a pre-game interview. Again, I have my assistant manager handling most of the press stuff because I don't find it that interesting. Like, it does have some impact on things, but yeah. So right now we are considered 10th in the league because we've only had one game and we've lost, so probably tied for 10th. Well, depending on goal diff. So going in here, so they've got a couple of dudes missing. Of course, we've got a couple of dudes missing as well. It's 16 and calm. Apparently, we've got a very good pitch, which I'm actually somewhat surprised that Somerset Park is considered that good. 37, almost 3,800 tickets sold. That's actually quite good. But it's probably because it's a derby match, right? I think that's what they call it when you're meeting up against your sort of local rival team. So that's going to bring out a lot more people. The fact that Kilmarnock's not too far away, I bet you there's a lot of Kilmarnock fans over here as well. That wouldn't surprise me. This referee seems quite aggro on the yellow cards here. I'm willing to bet that Andy Gigan picks up at least a yellow here because, I mean, he is our ball-winning midfielder, so he does tackle a little bit harder, so he's more likely to draw something like that, but I mean, that's what he's supposed to be. Too bad our morale isn't super high here, which has me a little upset, but it is what it is. Daryl Fortis, yeah, we're gonna play with you anyway. We're gonna start with you. I mean, maybe I should have started with Alan Forrest, but I don't know. I think this is going to be a-okay. Teams warm up. Computer loading things. Hear the hard drive ticking away. I never would have thought of this as a game to install an SSD, but maybe I should. I don't know. Draws on the cards. I see Aaron Kilmarnock canceling each other out. Tom Pope and Gary Dicker will both be missed by their sides. Kilmarnock a slight favorite in the odds makers over here, which doesn't surprise me. And yeah, a draw would be. I think we might actually, like, going into it blind at this point. We'll see how we feel at the half. But right now, I'd say that if we end up with a draw, it wouldn't be too bad. Because, again, I am a little scared about this team overall. How have they done so far? They've had one game, and they drew there. So, we'll see. Ah, there we go. It's Derby Day! How much do you look forward to taking on your local rivals? We're going to be passionate about this. It's a tremendous occasion. The atmosphere is something to behold. Hopefully we can harness the energy and intensity today. Send the fans happy. Yeah. My boost is Gary Dicker's absence. We're going to be cautious. I'm focusing on what we can do rather than what they're doing. There we go. So they're going to be playing what looks like a standard 4-4-2. Continued opposition instructions. So what kind of advice are you saying? You want me to tackle everyone super hard. I am probably quite terrified of their strikers. The problem is with the tackle hard, I'm always worried that it's just going to lead to penalty kicks. So instead, what we're going to say is we want both of the strikers to be marked and closed down aggressively here. I think that's it, especially Chris Boyd, probably. Maybe we won't mark James Keating as much, but if he's got the ball, we'll go after him quite quickly. Hopefully that won't pull too many people out of our position. I'm a little concerned because we do, again, have a little bit of a weaker midfield there. We'll see how it goes. We're going to be passionate about this. Go out there and give the fans their money's worth. Oh, that was actually pretty good. The strikers, we know you can make a difference. Looks happy. You know what? Goalkeeper. You know what? Listen, Mr. Doohan, I have faith in you. Ah, excellent. Okay, all the morale's in the green. I like that. That feels pretty good. Let's go ahead and start the match over here. And so, now that's interesting. We are not wearing our home jerseys. Our home colors are white and black stripes. I think this is our away. Hold on a sec. We can find out if we go to club. I mean, we're wearing our away, aren't we? I guess maybe because the colors are too similar. Feels weird. I mean, we're the home team. We should have first pick. Unless there's something special with a derby match. All right, whatever. That's fine. Hopefully that doesn't hurt our morale. What hurt our morale there is the attempt to pass to the middle and getting interrupted, and a failed tackle there by Andy Gigan, letting Jones move quite far forward, and then he just falls over. He trips on his own shoelace, but the aggression is still starting. We're a minute in. There's Boyd. Oh, Dewin actually just leaps out and picks up the ball right away. Excellent. I gotta say, even the first minute of this match has already been very, very stressful and very dramatic. I'm a little concerned. We'll see. Andy Giggins got the ball, sends it over to Crane. Crane's got a very ambitious pass to Craig McGuffey over here, who sends it wide and a little ahead of Daryl Fortis, who does get it, sends it back to Fraser, who's going to try him with his patented long shots. No, back to Andy Giggin, back to Fraser, who's got some passing targets. Actually sends it quite far forward to Thomas. He's got a bad angle, but can he get it to Craig McGuffey? No, he can't. The ball is cleared, but Crane is there to keep it in the offensive half. Over to Fraser. Fraser, he's got an opening for one of his shots. It's a little high, but here's the thing. Sometimes I'm going to be bitter that he's just throwing a ball way too much, but sometimes I like that he's taking chances and opening up some threats. Now, we only have 1/3 possession here so far. I mean, it's still early, 6 minutes in, but that is scary. Pass completion is low, whereas theirs at 89%. Now, one of the things with the counter mentality, we do stand a little further back, so they might have a little bit more ability to just sort of... Oh my god! That was terrifying. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's, show me this again here. The free kick gets headed. Here, look at Boyd over here, their striker. I mean, he's a little too wide, but he does hit the goalpost. Oh, jeez. It's a miracle there wasn't someone there to pick up some sort of, like, rebound. I don't know if it went out of play right away. It might have. Free kicks, trips, lectures. No yellow card yet. 15 minutes in. How's our possession? All right, it's a little closer. I mean, they still have the edge, but not by crazy. Their pass completion has been insane, and ours has been quite low. So lots of interceptions. Our tackles have been quite weak as well. I mean, we could go and go for a little bit more direct passing to try to make the things a little bit more conservative. I think we're okay. I mean, direct pass, or sorry. To me, direct always means, like, I always think of it as more of a short thing. Like, you're just going to pass directly to someone who's close by. But what direct passing actually means in football world is, like, quite far forward. But I was going to say, maybe shorter passing would be better to increase that ratio. But shorter passing and counterplay doesn't really work out, because the idea is, like, hang a little further back, defend, and then when there's an opening, send it far forward to really exploit that as much as possible. Andy Giggin, okay, still not a yellow card. Maybe the ref has been a little bit more... Oh, and another trip. There's got to be his yellow. Oh, Andy. I mean, it's your job. The role you're in includes an automatic tackle harder. So, it's the way it goes. Konsa! Does that count as an own goal on Nicky Devlin? Nicky! Nicky! Oh, man! Nicky, who introduces my videos with an own goal. I mean, it mostly looked like the guy just shot the ball directly at you and it bounced off your leg, which, I mean, technically counts as that. All right, yellow cards going all around. 3 so far in the first half. Yeah, okay. So he's already above his match average of 2.8. We knew there would be a lot of that. Thomas wide to the Red Baron over here, who fails to try to pass it back to our striker. Our striker's just trying to get him back in position. We do have them on flexible. I mean, not super flexible, but flexible. So people do, you know, fall back to help the defense, you know, when appropriate and so on and so forth. We could go to more structured. Is something to consider. Craig McGuffey, who's not really in a poacher type position over here. Fraser gets it up to Thomas. Can he send it forward to Craig McGuffey? There's too many people in the way. Tries to get it over to LeBaron, who does get his feet back on it. Gets it over to Fraser, who tries probably one of his power kicks. He does like to do that. Nicky Devlin with a nice header to Andy Giggin in the middle. Gets it up to Gary Fraser. Gets it up to Thomas. Thomas gets it to McGuffey, but McGuffey's not going to have anything. Or is he? That was close. Daryl Fortis, the winger, almost gets in there. I think he actually touched it with his feet, but wasn't able to actually really get a handle on it. That was a real possibility. I kind of like that. LeBaron centers it to Thomas, who takes a long shot, goes a little bit wide, but, I mean, really stressed out the goalkeeper, and that's okay. Again, we do have the you know, the work the ball into box instruction. Free kick. What's going on here? Boyd, just talking to you. It would be amazing if they're... yeah, we are a little bit disappointed, I gotta say. Like, show me something else in the second half. Seems motivated. All right. Be amazing if we could get their striker out of there, but 5-4 for the shots. Although one of theirs went in. It wasn't even on target. It was an own goal. If it ends with an own goal like that, I mean, we're just gonna be incredibly disappointed. I mean, disappointing a big home crowd like that. Look at the people in the home crowd wearing our jerseys, too. And the away jerseys. So there's a good mix over there. I don't know if these blue guys are the Kilmarnock fans or just neutrals. I don't know. All right. Well, we're going the other way. Thomas gets it up to LeBaron. Then he's going to try to get back in position. LeBaron, ooh, that had a lot of potential as an interesting pass. But I think not quite enough vision, or maybe just not enough acceleration by our strikers to take advantage of it. Would have been nice if that had come in as a sliding tackle from Fraser there to take the ball away, but it's no-go. They advance it deep up the wing, looking for a dangerous, dangerous cross. And Jones is almost there to get his head on it. And was that a penalty? Looked like one. Ooh, going to be a throw-in. Throw-in for us, though. Yes? No? Maybe so? I didn't notice the color. All right, either way, we're fine. Mr. Vincent LeBaron is certainly getting a little bit tired. Nicky Devlin pulling a yellow card as well. All right, listen, I'm going to have to tell people to, listen, you got to calm down, draw fewer penalties. This is going to be devastating here if we end up a man down. If the game ends 0-1, it wouldn't be the worst thing. The rage. All right. I got to keep my mouth shut, apparently. Free kick. Fraser. Okay, no card. Still, though. 4 yellow cards total. 3 for us. Fortis to Fraser. We're not getting these pass completions. And it's not like these are supposed to be particularly hard passes. I don't know. Maybe I really should encourage a shorter passing game. Again, a little bit counter-to-counter mentality. You know what I should do? Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to say, instead of counter, you're going to go to standard. Actually, do I just want to do that? Because I was going to say, I'm going to do this and tell people to sit a little further back. But I might just do this. I mean, we got to get something on the board. Maybe we're going to do this. This is already going to make slightly less of a direct game. I think. Of course, it might just mean we're going to go down 3-0. We're going to have to definitely do some subs soon. And, I mean, ideally, I tend to like to sub the people with yellow cards to lower the risk that they'll get a second one. It's not like our average rating is that low. Given the fact that we're down 2 points, I would expect our average rating to be quite a bit lower than this. All right, Daryl Fortis is going to be able to clear this ball. Sending it deep, deep, deep forward onto the head of Murdoch. Vincent getting tired. We're dropping down to 10th position now. Well, we already were. I guess it's different. Just tiebreakers and stuff. Yellow card for Kilmarnock. Crane. I mean, we definitely can't tackle harder. I encourage people to stay on their feet a little bit more. I don't know if that translates to, like, more delicate passing. Oh, my God! Thomas with a real opportunity here! Oh, we are on the board just like that. I don't know if the switch to standard really made a difference. Our pass completion has gone up over the course of the game, and theirs has gone down a little bit. This is pretty good. Now, if we get... okay. That's going to lead to a corner, but I guess that you had to do what you had to do. If we can get to, like, the 80-minute mark and still have it be 2-1... I should really keep my mouth shut, but I was going to say... we might actually just turn on like a more aggressive stance and see if we can get in there, but watch it go to 3-1 now. All right, we're okay. We actually are leading on shots somewhere along the way. Again, despite the fact that we have work ball into the box and everything like that. If it wasn't for that own goal. Okay, substitution for the other side. Might be time for us to do that as well. In particular, like, Vincent is starting to get a wee bit winded. He's having a pretty good game, though. And we don't have someone who's really strong in that position unless we want to pull Craig McGuffey back. But again, then we really wouldn't be left with a 2-striker composition. So, if anything, it might be like just freshen up the mid-game. I gotta say, Andy Giggins actually having a pretty decent game. Ricky Lemmy's having a really poor one, but we don't have a good substitute for you. Nicky is having a terrible game. Well, the own goal obviously did not help. And he's got the yellow card. So, you know what? We're going to bring in Tony for you. That's going to be okay. And we're going to switch Tony. He's going to be playing as a regular defensive fullback as opposed to a complete fullback over here. I think that's going to be a-okay. Fraser with an attempt there, and actually Vincent was almost in a good position. Andy Gigan ends up keeping it in. Not a great forward pass, and no one went for the ball, unfortunately, so that just looked like a completely missed pass. Worked out halfway okay for them. Centering pass to McKenzie. Tips it up over the bar. It might have gone over anyway, but better safe than sorry. It's going to lead to a corner kick. There's our substitution coming in here. 9-7 on shots. Possession is closing to 50%. Mr. Doohan picks that up. I'm actually scouting around to see if we might be able to pick up a really strong goalkeeper at some point. So that might be the next trade that I do, actually, is really see if we can up our goalkeeper game. Not that Mr. Doohan's been too bad, but you can always do better, right? All right, Crane to LeBaron to McGuffey, who's got too much opposition. Gets a little wider to LeBaron again, who's going to be looking for someone to pass to. Gets it to McGuffey. Send it back to LeBaron. Nice opening for Fraser there. That was a really good opening. Unfortunately, did not go in. I feel like he probably could have tried to be a little bit more creative for that shot. It did lead to a corner, though. Fraser's pretty good at these as well. Fortis keeps it in the offensive zone to LeBaron, but there's a lot of bodies in the way. Big failed pass. I don't know if that was supposed to go to Lamy, who didn't have the vision to note that was coming, but ultimately that was going to be really difficult to make anything out of there. I think it might have been better to just hang back a wee bit more. All right, we still got a lot of people who are getting pretty tired here. Who can we put in Craig McGuffey's place? Okay, you know what? That works for me. We're going to bring Daryl up as a striker. And then we're going to bring Mr. Craig McGuffey in Vincent's place. And then for Vincent, we're going to sub in Alan Forrest. So that's our big sub over here. Craig McGuffey is actually better as an inside forward, and I think we're going to encourage you to attack. So he's really going to move in. We're really going to be crowding the box maybe a little bit more than we need to. I think with an inside forward, it almost makes more sense to get Mr. Stevenson in here. What if we do that? Play a little more to this side. And let's bring in Ryan Stevenson. And he really wants to play the Ungosh thing, which I guess we'll do as a promise. I mean, it's still a pretty aggro move here. He still shoots just as often. And he's got really decent long shots, so there's actually a lot of good opportunity for him to do something. And with Craig McGuffey cutting in a little bit more as an inside forward, it's cut inside with ball. Cut inside with ball. So he doesn't necessarily cut in when he doesn't have the ball, but still, there might be some good opportunities presenting themselves. I like that. And that's just that is a pair of substitutes. We bring out Daryl and we bring out Vincent. They both have half decent games compared to a lot of other things. They're getting a little. I think this is okay to do. There's still 19 minutes left. That's quite a little bit of play, and we don't have a sub if there is an injury, but I think we're going to go for it. Let's see how that goes. Foster's being called over. Not kick him out of the game. Kick him out. No, nothing. All right, here's our subs. It's quite aggressive. We got 15 minutes left. The other team doing the substitutions as well. 10 shots. Possession is 50-50. Pass completion's about the same. All right, well, we cleared it out a bit, having to reset their offensive move. They still have it in our zone, but the immediate threat is gone. Kalen Crane takes the ball away, gets it to Thomas, who is able to get it out to Craig McGuffey on the wings. Craig McGuffey's got a good amount of speed, too, especially good acceleration. He crosses it into the middle. Nothing happens, but Kalen Crane keeps it in. He's going to be able to center it up again. Throws it back to Andy Gigan. He's got to go over to Fraser, to McGuffey. He doesn't really have a shot right now. Back to Fraser, who also doesn't have a shot. Andy Gigan. They're really locking down their defense over here. We're having a hard time finding an opening. Tony moving up. We've got 10 minutes left. Alan Forrest centers it to Fraser, who tries a long bomb. It goes wide. Honestly, at that point, I was kind of looking forward for, you know, any shot, but maybe we could have kept working something. We kept trying to bring it into the box, and it wasn't working out. And maybe I should get rid of that instruction, but Fraser, another giant bomb. This one's going to lead to a corner, though. That's one of the things with these giant bomb corner kicks. As long as they're on the net, even if the goalkeeper can stop them with relative ease, the power will often mean a deflection into a corner. And that can set up a lot of really good opportunities for us. 12 shots. Time's ticking away pretty quickly here. We haven't made the move to a more aggressive stance yet. Yellow card for Murdoch. Okay. They're starting offense. Yeah, we're gonna see if we can't throw in some attacking play at the end and see if we can get something done. Because it would be great to come away with a draw here. I'd said it would be great initially, just going in blind. It'd be great if we could come in with a draw. And now, at this point, I'd be super happy if we could come away with a draw. Shots on have been pretty good. They just haven't really gone in. Man, that own goal. Well, you know, that's the way it goes. And that's full time. It's all over. Down 2-1. I mean, to a team that, you know, should be a little stronger on paper. We are disappointed. I'm far from pleased. All right. Seems motivated. That much is good. Yeah, we lose the Ayrshire clash. That does hurt. You know, because that is our... Was that televised? Oh, that's view highlights. Never mind. Nicky Devlin had a bad day. Yeah, you bet he did. You bet he did. Still, we'll probably leave him there. I mean, again, it felt a lot less own goalie and more like the guy shot, your body was in the way, and it happened to deflect things. So I can't be too critical because it mostly felt like just wrong place, wrong time. I think. I don't know. Overall, I think this composition is good. I think I'm going to be happy to take this against St. Mirren. Most likely we'll play it standard style, keep most of the things as is, I suspect, and there's a better chance that we'll do better against St. Mirren over here, but it is really unfortunate that we are now, I mean, you know, continue to be dead last in the league with our 2 losses, tied with Livingston. But, I mean, out of a sample of 2, so when we lost, the Queen of the South, which is a very relatively strong team. I mean, we came up better than them last year, but I don't know. Maybe there's still something not quite right here. Maybe the composition is way too aggressive. I mean, 2-1. And again, take away the own goal. It's 1-1 against the better team. No, I think I can't be too results-oriented. I think I have to consider exactly, you know, how it could have gone and think, you know what, that's not too shabby. Our overall performance, player performance, again, we don't have a whole lot of info on Daryl, and he didn't have that much match sharpness yet either. Craig, 6.58 the last few games. He's got 3 goals so far. How is his average so low if he's got 3 goals this season out of, call it 7-ish appearances? Yeah, I don't know. I can't... Tony Ralston has been a little bit on the disappointing side. I don't know what's going on there. And it'll be interesting. I think when Tom Pope is back, this structure with the 2 strikers up front will be much, much stronger. Because as much as Craig McGuffey has a lot of potential, it is a very potential-driven thing. He's still got a little bit to go before everything gets developed. In particular, his finishing's not all the way there. Is that the thing we're developing right now? Yeah, we're working on his finishing. Poacher finishing, knock ball past opponent. I think that's going to be an excellent move for him to have with his acceleration. I think Craig McGuffey is going to be really strong, but we really want Tom Pope for now. He's like the short-term thing, because he's a little, I don't remember, he's 30-ish, 31. So he's not around forever. Jamie Thomas is on loan, so he, in another sense, can't be around forever. But I think between the 2 of them, they're a great sort of temporary buffer over here. And who knows, maybe we can actually pick up Jamie Thomas as a permanent addition to the team. He might not be a bad idea for that. Valued at quite high. Not being paid much, but he's valued quite high. We'll see how it goes. That's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you guys next time.